There's one scarily good AI tool that all marketers are not using it to the full potential. We're talking about Manus AI, which can do the unimaginable for marketers and businesses, and that's exactly what we're going to be looking at. I'm going to give you 3 use cases plus one bonus use case. Without any delay, I just want you to look at what is possible in real time, and this agent is mind-blowing in terms of whether it is lead generation, whether it is content creation, whether it is research analysis, code, you name it, you've got it. Now, what we're going to do now is I have had a few set of prompts that I have made beforehand so that it can save us a lot of time and you don't have to see me typing all the boring stuff. So this is the prompt that I have, which is scan Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube for trending topics in your industry. So I'm just going to name it as, let's say, history and culture. I'm just going to say rare topics in history and culture over the past week. Identify the 10 trending topics, analyze their engagement metrics, sentiment, and audience demographics. Suggest 5 content ideas for each of our target audience of people interested in travel, unexplored history, and rare cultures that they hardly heard about. Now, this is real time, guys. Now, what it is going to do is it is going to look at scanning these platforms, and it is going to look at trending topics, not just any topic, on these niches. Now, you can try and give in any niche that you can think of. So this is adaptive, this is agent, where you have any specific tasks that you would want the tool to execute, you can do that. Now, I'm just going to like the generic adaptive intelligence answers. Now let's go ahead and you can upload in a few profiles. You can also give a similar a set of accounts that you would want Manus to look at. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to look at, I'm just going to give it to you as raw as I can, and this is exactly what you get, right? So when we're looking at these, scan Instagram, Twitter, okay, look at any account or profile. You can also give specific conditions in terms of, do you want to be looking at a specific number of views? For example, any account or profile that has trending videos which have more than 10K views, solid engagement, and put all these ideas, metrics, and relevant parameters in a table for me to look at, right? So let's go ahead and see what happens. Now, this is something where anybody who is now there is no way you're going to ever tell me that you've run out of ideas. You don't know what to make videos about. Well, if you don't know what you want to make about, you can just go ahead and look at what is possible, what other people are doing, get those ideas, and you can refine them later, and you can make sure you can also, I could have also instructed Manus AI to go ahead and pick up these trending topics, but redefine them in your own way where it doesn't look like we're copying the content, right? This tool is crazy, right? So let's see what this happens. Let's see what happens here. Let me know how you would like to proceed. Research trending topics, blah, blah, blah. It is still working. It's going to take, it is going to take a while, but you can also look at what's happening all along, right? So it's searching for trending rare history topics as social media past week. It'll continue working after you reply. I've updated the task plan. Okay, now I've updated the task plan and my todo.md file. As I mentioned, I cannot directly scan social media platforms or access their analytics. Could you please provide me the list of top 15 trending rare topics in history that you have identified? If you have data on your engagement metrics, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, I can proceed with generating content based on the topics you provide, but I won't be able to include the analytical data. Okay, fine. I am okay with not having the analytics data populated as long as you get your hands on trending topics across these platforms, including forums like Reddit for the niches I have asked for. All right, so it is still working. It would have taken a while. So if you look at it's taken a while, but you will get something which is extraordinary. Trust me on that. Now it's searching trending rare history topics on Reddit. It's searching for viral history topics on social media past week. It's searching for history niche topics, social media, adding content to a file. It's updating that file, viral forgotten history facts. Now, the only thing is, because all these platforms do not give access to their the dashboards or the metrics, it is going to go ahead and look at what is possible without the metrics, but we are going to get the topics. I think that's good news. Now, because we wanted to look at the topics at the end of the day, right? So let's look at that. It's working, delivering results to the user, which is us, and I think it will be updating a file with that we can go ahead and open and check for the topics. This thing, okay, I apologize. It seems there's an issue with attaching a file. I verified the file. Exists in my working directory. The file again. Would you prefer I paste the content directly into the chat? I'm just going to say paste content directly. Right? Because we need to look at the results, not really look at the file. We can always change the name of the file and say, name this file so-and-so, and then give it to me. It does. I've seen that happen quite a few times. Now it's just going to paste the content here. So let's give it a few more seconds. There you go. Now the typing rebellion, China, 19th century, the Cadaver Synod, which is a bizarre and macabre trial of Pope Stephen VI, exhumed the corpse of his predecessor, Pope Formosus. Interesting. The Great Emu War, the tsunami bomb, the dancing plague of 1518. Brilliant, right? So it's going to go ahead and give you the content ideas. And you can go ahead and look at the description, tracing Thomas. You can also give in more instructions in terms of, can you write the screenplay for me? Can you also make it like a movie? Can you make it like a Marvel movie? You can use all the creativity that you can, but this is hot off the social media where it went ahead and analyzed it, right? Now, this is going to get a little trickier because I just wanted to show you what's possible, but I think the results can be mind-blowingly great if you can give some accounts that it can reference, some topics it can reference, some resources it can refer to, some books that you can upload and then say that, look at these books. You can simply upload a PDF of a snippet of a book, of a history book, and then you can ask it to go ahead and come up with video ideas, compare it with social media and see if anybody's doing it, blah, blah, blah. This is never ending, right? So this is the first use case that I have. So let's start with a new task, and I'm just going to simply go ahead and paste what we have here. Create complete campaign infrastructure for my course venture called Leadathon Courses. Right, this is the use case too, where it can just build a live landing page, and then it can go ahead and publish it for deploy live to a public URL, right? So I'm just going to keep it towards the end, and I'm just going to say, what did I want? Make sure this is a high converting website, right? And why should I say zero scroll? I'm just going to responsive landing page with a structure you think converts best for workshops online, right? That's about it. Let's see what happens. When you do that, it goes ahead and builds a live landing page, and I've seen that happen. You can also later ask for the code, right? I will create a responsive landing page with lead capture forms, email automation, and join the waitlist button, and then deploy it to a live public URL. I'll keep you updated on my progress. Now let's give it a few minutes, and I think it should be able to do it seamlessly because I've seen that happen in the past. While this is working in the back end, let's go ahead and see what's happening. Search high converting landing page, best practices online workshops. Then it goes ahead and analyzes the search results. This is crazy, guys. I mean, there is nothing. You can be a doctor one day and you can look at what happens deep inside a doctor's mind. You can go ahead and look at and become a coder for a day. You can do anything. You can be anything that you want with tools like these. Now, specifically for marketers, and I think we have been looking at tools the wrong way. We have been looking at tools like Cursor, Bolt, Lovable, Replit, Manus. We are all looking at these tools as something that is exclusively dedicated for people who are into programming, coding, software, SAP, SaaS, and all these app building projects, right? But please pay attention and understand that this can be for anybody. It all depends on what you make of it, right? So there are unlimited use cases. Please go through those use cases on the Manus AI website. They have like a lot of use cases. Let me show you what I mean. So if you look at Manus AI, right, if you go to the landing page, there are a lot of case studies, and they also have like a 3-4 hour training program. You can look at what other use cases people are building out of it. You can look at research, right? Let's say generative AI. But there are, you can get a complete replay of what people are doing. And I think this opens up your mind to an extent that you can't come back from, right? It expands your mind with what is possible. You can also look at, let's say, right? I mean, there are a ton of use cases that you can pick from, and then content creator, right? So you can look at what is possible. You can go ahead and create games. You can go ahead and create a simple demonstration. CredX Mastery course, the Malloy Group Financial, Vedic Vibrance Yoga School in Rishikesh, India. Okay, it's still working. Viewing browser. Where are we at? Continuing to scroll down to read more about high converting landing page best practices. Viewing browser. And this is research and the design planning is happening here. Okay, it is still at the research phase. Once that is done, it will move to the landing page structure and content. While this happens, let's look at the third use case that I spoke about, right? I also have a prompt here. Okay, now this is done. Let's look at the new prompt. Monitor real-time sentiments for, let's say, AI marketing. That's my industry. Right? Twitter mentions and hashtags, Reddit discussions and threads, news articles and press coverage, customer review platforms not needed, financial analyst reports not needed, sentiment dashboard is not needed. What I need is real-time analysis of conversations happening around AI marketing. I mean, this you can go ahead and look at for a specific brand. You can go ahead and look at what's happening in terms of sentiment of what people now that the Trump Elon Musk war is on. You can go ahead and look at what the public sentiments are on platforms like Twitter. But from a marketing context, we can go ahead and use a more applicable use case in terms of create a dashboard with trend analysis. What niches, sub niches, and hyper niches are trending with respect to AI marketing. Break it down into niches until you can't anymore and suggest niches that have an exploding potential to start businesses in. I am not interested in coding ideas or SaaS products, right? I know that I'm using this as an LLM like ChatGPT, but marketers can go ahead. No, it doesn't have to be always that way, right? Now it is going ahead and creating a landing page here. This is something not marketers typically do. Marketers usually don't get into coding tools to go ahead and work with code. That doesn't happen very often. But over the last few weeks, I have explored tools like Bolt, Replit, Cursor. I have looked at tools like Lovable, where I actually built a website which is still functional on it's live, and it's interesting to see, right? So if you look at this, you can go ahead and look at what is happening in the back end. It is just working its way. We don't have to be worried about what this code is. It is just a live view of what is happening in the backend, right? Now it is working in the backend to do that. So let's give it a few more minutes and come back to this to see what happens. Okay, now it's almost okay. That's my website, right? It says Leadathon courses. Join the waitlist. What you will master, right? Trusted by industry leaders. It is still in the working. You don't have to be worried about it. It is still in the working. Okay. This is stage by stage of what it is going to work. And now this is the placeholder that I wanted for. Guys, this is insane. Think about it. Think about it. You can have a website built in minutes, and you can always go back to platforms like ChatGPT, and you can go ahead and host these websites and change it according to whatever you need, right? Now, this is more than enough if you ask me, right? But if you have a reference, for example, if you have a reference in terms of a template that you would want this to replicate, companies like Mindvalley have great projects and great courses that they run. If you would want to go ahead and not really copy, but take inspiration or reference of one of their landing pages, you can upload the landing page here, the screenshot of the landing page, and you can ask Manus to build something like that in your own colors, in your own language, for your own program. I think it can be interesting. I can also go ahead and add conditions like include a webinar sign up link, right? And this is my webinar link make sure the link takes it there. I can go ahead and make all those changes. Now that's where we are at. The beauty of this is you can always leave it here, go to a new task and pick up something else that you would want to work upon. And it'll still be running in the background, right? You don't have to be worried about that. So you can do this, monitor real-time analysis of conversations happening around on this Twitter X mentions. And also let's look at and LinkedIn, for example, right? Let's say, right, okay, concurrent tasks, I can't do that. But if you have a pro account, you can always go back and run concurrent tasks. Now, unfortunately, we'll have to wait for the current task to get over to get started with this, right? So we have no issues. We'll wait. Right. So that is going to be, okay, skip to the results. I don't want to look at everything else. Okay, this is my page that it has built. It's completed phase 1 research and design, blah, blah, blah. Now, okay. Right. So it is, next steps are complete testing and optimization. It will deploy to the live URL. So this is what my page would look like. All right. So let's come back to the third use case, which is this. Go to Manus AI task. This is, and let's say deploy. Okay. Now it's working on the new project, which is monitor real-time analysis of conversations happening around AI marketing across these platforms. Okay, I think we missed the LinkedIn part of it. Okay. I've received a request to monitor in real-time conversations, I will now create a plan to address your request. It is working research and gather real-time AI conversations. Let's give it a few minutes and come back and see what happens. All right. So we have come up with an interesting situation here. So let me backtrack and show you what's happening. So we wanted to go back to Twitter and look at these terms with respect to AI marketing, and then look at Twitter mentions and hashtags, look at Reddit discussions, then news articles, blah, 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 and then create a dashboard with all these things, right? Now, what happened was it went ahead and searched all these, and then it came back saying, I don't have access to the Reddit discussions and threads, so would you want to increase your subscription level, or would you want to subscribe to the pro subscription? And I said, no, if that's the case, only look at Twitter and news articles. And it came back to me after a while and said, hey, do you want to go ahead and come up with only Twitter? I said, only Twitter is fine. It went ahead and struggled for a while. And then it came back to me saying, it is difficult for me to go ahead and get conversations onto Twitter without logging in. So would you want to log in, because giving me the credentials would pose a security risk. So if I can go ahead and either take control, or I can give the credentials to Manus.ai, it can go ahead and log in and then do it from there. I am not going to do that, but I just wanted to show you what was possible. So let's say take control, and then it goes ahead and helps me navigate to Twitter, and then I can go ahead and sign in with Google, and I can go ahead and log into my X, which I'm not going to. But I'm just going to tell you how interactive it is and how interesting these use cases may be. So this is something that I wanted to show you. And these are some of the underrated use cases. There can be another 1,000, 1,500 use cases that we can go ahead and use Manus AI for as marketers. So this is just a head start. I will keep releasing more videos like these. And I think we can have and we can do crazy stuff with Manus AI as marketers, even though we are not into hardcore coding or programming. Now, on the other hand, I just wanted to show you and leave you with one last thought. And I have gone ahead and put another prompt here. I wanted you to go ahead and look at what happens when you do this in your Manus accounts. You don't have to go for a pro account. Just go ahead and sign up for a free account and then see what happens when you put in this, right? So overall, ladies and gentlemen, this is a dangerously good AI tool for marketers. And let's face it, there is no fighting AI. You just have to live with it, and then you have to ride the wave and learn how to navigate in this new world. That's about it. See you in the next video, and stay tuned for more videos like these. My name is Casey. Until then, ciao.